In 1941, Claire L. Chenault, a retired United States Army Air Corps captain, sent out the call for brave men to defend the skies against tyranny. The men that answered that call for the American Volunteer Group eventually became known as the Flying Tigers. From their first encounter in Burma, they dominated the skies over China and Japan, winning the respect of both allies and enemies. With their Curtiss P-40 Warhawks, in less than a year they eliminated nearly 300 confirmed enemy aircraft and another estimated 150 unconfirmed enemy aircraft, while only losing 14 P-40s in combat missions. This occurred during the lowest period of the war for American forces and gave hope to Americans that they would eventually succeed against the Japanese. In all, 23 members of the Flying Tigers squadron gave their lives defending America and its allies. The Runamucka is dedicated to their memory and to all servicemen and women who risk life and limb every day to protect the freedoms that we take for granted.
Started out as a little joke. Two flying buddies thought they'd take a poke at building themselves a tribute automobile. They dedicate it affectionately to those who served in the AVG, protecting the American ideal. One of them built himself a frame, so the other decided this car's fair game, and before you knew it, they were on their way. With a V-12 from an old Jaguar, they turned it into a real car. They knew this beast would fly the road someday. Flying tigers fly so high, you're the ones that own the sky, leaving enemies awestruck. Flying tigers own the air, know them by their icy stare, and that's why we built the Runamucka. Took the nose off an old Studebaker that they found in some old farmer's back acre and put it on the front to lead the way. With 6 Jeep cans to hold the gas, they thought that might give her some class, and brakes from a Buick to make her stop and stay. They chopped and channeled her and painted her flat. Them military boys, they like them like that. That old car really started taking shape. With 40 Ford wheels and a Ford rear end, all the work of a few good friends, she rode so low you could almost hear her scream. Flying tigers fly so high, you're the ones that own the sky, leaving enemies awestruck. Flying tigers own the air, know them by their icy stare, and that's why we built the Runamucka. Plymouth wheel and custom shocks to turn her a Vega steering box. Some of the parts were quite hard to obtain. With a grill off of a 32 Ford, she started to strike a familiar chord. She looked just like a P-40 airplane. And when she was done, you could hear her growl, the music coming from under her cowl. These boys knew that they were in a lucka. They took her out on her maiden run. She was fast, she was sleek, and she was fun. They decided to christen her the Runamucka. Flying tigers fly so high, you're the ones that own the sky, leaving enemies awestruck. Flying tigers own the air, know them by their icy stare, and that's why we built the Runamucka. All of this done for the AVG, a tribute to their memory, a token reminder of the price that they paid. They sacrificed for you and me so that we could live in this country free and of oppression we will never, be afraid.